What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hustle Bunny. I am your host, Miss August Skye, and we are in the studio today with the very charming, very handsome, very suave, Mr. John Legendary. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Wonderful. Can't complain at all. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, thank you for being here. I feel like I can't get enough of you this week. I think I've seen you, this is my third time this week seeing you.
And it needs to be more.
It needs to be more. You can never have too much John Legendary.
I can never have too much of August. Shit.
Well, welcome.
Shit.
Thank you. Well, guess what? You're kicking off the start of my second season, which will be airing on Memorial Day weekend. For those who don't know, I officially moved to LA, had to get set up. We're back in action. So we're going to start with the bang, and the bang being you. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about who you are?
Yes. So I am a aerospace engineer turned porn star. I was in the aerospace defense industry for 17 years, up until a couple months ago. So for the last 2.5 years, I was juggling porn and being an engineer.
Yeah. So I knew that you were juggling corporate America and making the transition into adult, because I believe we got started around the same time. But I didn't know that you were in aerospace. That's a whole level of corporate.
I was in aerospace and defense, and I pretty much focus on like military, both foreign and domestic. So that was my customer. So it was bombs, missiles, drones, unmanned aircraft, fighter jets, advanced systems. And so that's were my products that I would provide to the different militaries. So that's my background from a corporate standpoint.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's wild. So what made you become curious about like sex work? Was it always like a fantasy? Were you like in the swinger lifestyle? Like how did you get into it? Especially from not like a geeky world, but definitely like a world that isn't comparable to the adult entertainment industry.
It's definitely a dichotomy between the two different industries. I was very, I would say sex positive just growing up. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be a sexologist. And then I went to college, and I was in a frat, and my nickname was Celebrity, because every time people were around me, something crazy would happen. Like you could fall into a threesome or orgy or a sex party in college.
Okay.
And so they just start calling me a porn star. And I didn't think much of it. And then I went to grad school, and I was hanging out with one of my buddies at the law school, and he had a young lady come over. And I'm like, okay, well, this is my cue to exit, so you can do your thing.
Right.
And he said, hold on 1 second. He proceeds to call this woman's husband.
Oh.
And I'm like, yo, my man's is over here. Is it cool if he stays? Husband's like, yeah, I mean, he's black, right? He's like, yeah. As long as y'all take pictures and videos for me, I'm good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we fucked the shit out of his wife.
Oh, my.
We take pictures, videos. We send it to him. He loves it.
Wow.
And I'm like, she leaves. I'm like, bro, what the fuck we just do?
Yeah.
He started breaking down the lifestyle, the swing lifestyle, the hot wife lifestyle, and I'm like, man, I need to get in more into this. And then fast forward a few years later, I find myself taking one of my best friends to Temptations, which is a lifestyle resort. I just heard that it was a kinky resort, and I took him there, and I'm seeing all these people with pineapple pasties on.
Oh.
And I'm like, shit, what's all these pineapples? I don't know what that means yet.
Right, right.
And I'm like, yo, and I felt the energy, the vibe was just different. I'm like, something's going on here, and I'm gonna figure it out. And so when I got back home, I got on the internet, would start searching different terms and what is this pineapples, and then that's how I found the swing lifestyle. Okay. This is the swing lifestyle that the pineapple is like the symbol for like swingers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I got on the sites, you know, and the sites are almost like dating sites, but it's on the desktop, the computer, where you have a profile and stuff like that. And I started meeting with unicorns, and then I started meeting with wives, like couples, and I'm like, and I established myself within the hot wife lifestyle, and I was so comfortable with husbands. Eventually, I would say I got comfortable with husbands filming me while I fucked their wives.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, damn, after doing it for a few years, I'm like, I mean, these are wonderful women. They're seasoned, though. You know? They're often more mature.
Exactly,
And so I'm like, well, shit. And I'm doing this for free. This is like my Saturday night hobby.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, shit. What if I could fuck hot porn stars and get paid for it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I saw an agency. I put in an application like a regular job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how it was for me, too. You put in your application, you sit in your video, you're just like, oh, I guess for me, it was more similar to like a modeling agency because you have to send in all your photos and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But you said a lot there. Let's uncover this. Let's do this. Number one, like Saturday nights with you sound fucking fire, first and foremost. Let's talk about that. Sexy Saturdays with John Legendary, I think, is a new thing that we're doing.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Oh, yes. So taking it back to college, you know, like the frat house culture and like the frat boys and different things like that. Were you always comfortable like busting down girls with another guy? Because I know that sometimes like when it comes to like a threesome with two women, we always know that it's always more of a fantasy, right? And I feel like sometimes like the males have to be more comfortable with their sexuality, which obviously you are, right? Where you're just like, hey, like I'm here, we're having a good time, I'm fulfilling this woman's fantasy. Like, did you ever run into any issues where guys really weren't as comfortable or as confident as you were, like during those situations?
So I grew up in Detroit, and I think we got started with sex early.
Okay.
And even though I would consider myself a late bloomer, because I didn't lose my virginity till I was 16.
Okay.
I was like, I lost my virginity in a gangbang.
Oh, you know.
Like nothing sentimental.
I love
None
this.
of my girlfriends.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I had girlfriends at the time, I'm sure, but they wasn't giving me no ass.
No, I mean,
Like,
I feel that. That literally is legendary. You lost your virginity in a gangbang.
Yes. It was me and my friends, and it was this girl, and we just growing up in Detroit. We love sex. You love the idea of sex. But you had to find the freaks, and you had those neighborhood freaks where it's like you can come through. She may have a line and, you know, suck everybody off, or you come through, her parents going, bring a couple guys, y'all all fuck her, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I knew. So I was very comfortable, you know, being around other guys, you know, where we were focusing on the female. I was, you know, I it wasn't nothing sentimental about sex. I mean, maybe that's you know, why sex is not as maybe it's more extracurricular to me now,
Right.
because of that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I
might
mean,
need to see a therapist about that.
well, I know a girl who's a sex therapist. I don't really think it's like, I think that we're all different when it comes to perspectives of our sexuality. I think it depends where we grew up. Like you said, you grew up in Detroit where like that's normal for you.
Yeah.
There's some girls, you know, some people, male or female, that grow up in places where it's more conservative. I myself, like I grew up in the suburbs of Colorado. I mean, I lost my virginity in the backseat of like a truck, you know, to a kid because I had like a crush on him, whatever, you know? But like I've always been curious about sex, and I've always enjoyed my sexuality, right? And I think that there are certain people in this world that's just what you are, you know, like there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we try to dig into it and try and say like, oh, like you have problems. Like there's like this, there's like that. It's like, maybe there is a little bit of that, but like, there's nothing wrong with being overtly sexual. Like if you're being safe and responsible and you're okay with what you're doing, you're not putting anyone in harm's way. Right. Like,
exactly.
I think like, I think that's just me. As long as you're just like doing it and you're doing the things that you want to do, then that's you. Right. And I'm a firm believer. I've talk to some like Reiki people, and they always say that like when you have a lot of sexual energy, you have a lot of healing energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
that's a new one for me. I like that. I might have to take that one.
Yeah, take that. It's very, I guess it's very like nurturing, whatever you want to call it. But I think that we tend to like not embrace that sexual culture. And you can see a therapist about it. But as long as you're not like hurting anyone or like putting anyone at risk, like I keep saying, then I think you're doing pretty good.
I mean, I really believe in just taking ownership of your sexuality.
Absolutely.
And before getting into any relationship, make sure that you're cultivating like what you want in a relationship, and how you bring sex into that relationship. Like you can really, like, it's almost like Build-A-Bear.
Right.
You can, with the right person, you can build the type of relationship you want, what type of sex life you want. And so as I've gotten older, it's like, okay, well, now I want to be more E&M, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not poly because I don't currently have the bandwidth to love multiple women. But I do like to being intimate with a variety amount of women. Yeah,
no, I completely agree with that. I think that's amazing. I'm the same way too. I feel like you can, like a long-term relationship, right? It's like, okay, if you're with the right person, you can try a whole bunch of things. You can try all kinds of things. If you're comfortable with your sexuality and your partner is, then it's like no holds bar, right? Like it is all fair game. But I do love the fact that you're honest in saying that, like, I don't have that in me right now to be in love with two people, but I'm going to be honest with myself. Because we know a lot of men, you guys can't be honest. And that's where the trouble lies. Like, just be honest. And then, like, I promise you, like, everything will just be okay, right? So when you made the transition into the adult entertainment world, how did you balance doing corporate America with the adult? Like, how was that for you?
Yeah, so what I typically did, so with the adult industry, I mean, you have porn, right? And that's like professional porn, like studio work. So that's when you get booked to go, work on someone's site or whatever. Right.
So you're working for like your Brazzers, your Naughty America. Yeah.
And so that you typically get a week, 2 weeks in advance. You kind of know, sometimes very urgent, but it's typically 1 to 2 weeks. You know what you're got on the horizon. And so I would take PTO on the days that I had a pro scene. And outside of that, with like content is when you're shooting content for like OnlyFans or fan sites, it's a lot more informal. So I could film content on my lunch breaks, after work, or on the weekends.
Right.
And if it was on my lunch break, I mean,
I've been one of your lunch break baddies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, exactly. It's like I got the laptop open.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you gotta. Hey, hopefully I got no conference calls. Hopefully no one's calling me.
If they do, fucking. No, kidding. At the time, you're like, you got to keep it together.
Exactly. So that's kind of how I like managed to juggle it. There was one time I had this opportunity for a reality show. For the Love of Lena.
Right.
And I got the invite the day before the first taping. And I'm like, fuck, this is a great opportunity.
Right.
But I didn't put in my like vacation request or anything. So I just, as soon as they hit me up, I start coughing on my Zoom calls. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not feeling that well. I'm gonna take some Theraflu.
Oh, it's gonna be. I don't know if you ever watched that movie Mean Girls, but she goes, "I'm sick," and she goes, "Boo, you whore!" Like I feel like that's what they were feeling like on the phone.
Exactly.
Oh, look! Oh, this little itch in my throat.
So next morning, I'm like, I'm not feeling well. I can't do it today. I'm gonna try to log in later. Just pray for me.
Like Godspeed, pray for me.
Send the prayer warriors for your boy.
Yeah, please. It's rough out here. I love so much. But I felt bad because I don't know if you want to spill the tea for like the love of Lena, but you got the call. I know what happened. Yeah. But unfortunately, do you want to tell viewers?
Yeah,
what happened?
I wasn't chosen. I think I was
a little too sweet.
You know, I was. So here's the thing. There was a trivia game, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like the smartest person in the room.
I mean, yeah, you got the engineer.
I'm an engineer. I have like 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm looking around. I got all these guys, great guys, but I know I'm smarter.
Yeah.
And I've studied anatomy, biology, sex. I'm like an expert.
Yeah.
You know, in like the everything related to sex. Okay.
Well, I trust you. Lost your virginity in a gangbang, so like you take the wheel from this one.
And I'm like, I'm about to kill it.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm like, I'm getting they asking trivia questions, like weird ass shit, like Guinness Book records of who had the longest cum shot. Like weird ass question that ain't got shit to do with the anatomy or nothing like that. You know, how many times can a girl come in a day? What's the record for that? I'm like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm getting everything wrong. And the person sitting next to me is Jay Hefner. Okay.
Yeah, we love you.
I love Jay.
We love
That's my guy.
Yes.
And I'm like, Jay's getting every question right. I'm like, hold on, player.
But mind you, Jay's a baby on top of that too. So it's not like he's like you, where he has like these 3 degrees. No, he's a baby. Yeah. He's probably barely 22.
Yeah, like 23,
23, something like that. So yeah. So just keep that in mind. Like we're not knocking you. We still think you're fucking great. But like
he's getting every question right. I'm like, hold on, and I'm getting all of them wrong.
Yeah.
And so I looked over at his little notepad where his right answer. I'm like, fuck this. I start copying his answers.
Yeah.
Then I start getting them right. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Somebody got some answers handed to them.
Somebody got some splaining to do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got some answers handed to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how everybody getting answers right?
Well, the question is, how far was the longest cum shot?
It was like 18 feet, like some shit like that.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, I had no fucking idea. Like,
what the hell were you doing? That had to be like some evil Knievel to be jerking off that far.
So it was like, I'm like, at that moment when I started getting all this shit wrong and everyone else was getting it right, that's when I knew that, yeah, this shit's probably rigged.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's probably my last day.
Yeah, you're like... You're like, all right, I'm gonna head out. Let me go ahead and collect my belongings.
It's not like I know I'm the smartest guy here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how the fuck you know what I'm saying? Like, I lose, like, on trivia. Like, in any other trivia, I win everything. Like,
oh man, I'm taking a trivia night. We gotta do like wait, don't tell me for like NPR.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I kill trivia.
I'm good with trivia as well too. I know I have like a lot of like. I got this big ass forehead because it's filled with a lot of crazy knowledge. Oh shit! There's a lot stored right there.
You got a real nice forehead, though, I'll tell you that much.
Thank you. I was doing a scene with like Roe Major, and he was in Missionary, and you know what he did? He stopped in the middle of it and he kissed me on my forehead. He's like, I've been wanting to do that since I met you.
That's so endearing.
That is very endearing. I was like, thank you. And then I was doing an OnlyFans live, and this guy goes, I'm just gonna have to compliment you. I just really want to kiss your big ass forehead. Like, oh. Yeah. I'll take that. It's a little backhanded, but I fuck with it. You know, I like it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So tell us now. So once what was like the ending point for you to get out of corporate America? You're like, hey, I'm gonna fully commit myself to the adult entertainment industry, because that's also very nerve-wracking when you say like, hey, like I'm gonna do this full time, because I did that. I like put all my eggs in one basket. I was like, I'm moving to LA, and like, let's just, you know, do it, right? Like, this is what I'm gonna do it full time. You know, there's no fallback. It's just me. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, I'll just go back home. But the one thing I was just speaking on earlier is like, LA definitely makes you hustle. So what was that transition like for you? What was that like aha moment for you to be like, hey, this is it?
I mean, so I was planning to ride corporate America out for at least another year. Because I was making great money and it was easy. Like, my job was, because I've been doing it for 17 years, so I had it like down to a science, and it was just like an automatic great check every 2 weeks.
Right.
And I still can do porn.
Yeah.
Like, on my lunch break, after work, on the weekends. I can still do everything and get money from different, sources. So I'm about to ride this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because last May, I actually put in my resignation.
Okay.
But then they tried to keep me, so I stayed. And in February, I got a call from like the director, and they were talking about cost-cutting measures. I'm like,
oh.
And so I got laid off.
Yeah.
I think someone, found my porn or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
Do you think that someone may have came across
we got a new supervisor, a new senior manager, rather. And I was on Zoom calls and stuff, and she was like, instant messaging me like, you look familiar. Have we met before? And I'm like, no, we ain't met because I work remote.
Right.
She lives in like Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, no, we never met. Like, you look so familiar. You look so familiar. And
she was trying to meet. She was trying to get some of that hot wife work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what she was. And I'm pretty sure she found me on Pornhub or.
Yeah,
because the Love of Lena show. I was in a lot of like clips that went viral.
Oh, absolutely. And people who don't know, For the Love of Lena, that's a part of like the Plug podcast and like No Jumper, right? So if you guys don't know them, you live under a fucking rock. But they have like a massive platform, right? So even I think they did the Safe for Work stuff on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And it was on the front page of YouTube. It went viral, right? So I mean. Yeah. It was probably like inevitable for people to start to see. But I think it was probably like she had like that moment of like, ooh, like I know who you are, but like she didn't want to out herself because it's like,
That's
you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know what? Fuck it. I thought I was gonna be able to hide me doing porn for a long time, and then the first scene I ever did, it was for Net Video Girls, and it went viral on the front page of Pornhub.
Oh, really?
It did. Yeah. So it went viral on the front page of Pornhub, and it was like, Ebony babe with boyfriend gets fucked raw, hard, deep. And I was like, so first I was like excited because I was like, oh, look at me over here smiling, getting my first fucking viral video on Pornhub. Downside was I was headed to the airport to fly back out to LA, and my dad called. And he was like, hey. And I was like, oh, shit. But what were you doing on Pornhub that time of the morning?
No way.
You know?
Your dad saw?
My dad was the first person to see it.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But
well, how do you react?
You know what? That's another episode.
Hell yeah, I got Bill that was.
See, that's another episode for another day. And I do come from like a conservative family, so it's not like it was like they're conservative, but they're accepting. But like also, it's just kind of no one really wants to see their daughter. Tits LA. But first and foremost, like I said, what were you doing watching porn that early in the morning?
What's his searches looking like?
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious what his searches looking like.
You know what I mean? But I guess when you're on the front page, when it's just like trending, it's like they just have it trending, right? The algorithm's just like, this is the number one video that's trending right now. And so, I mean... I get it. I mean, you always like think that you're going to like be able to hide something for a longer period of time, but no. I think it's like the delusions that we have in our head because it's like we think we're trying to get away with something, but like we're like, oh, we're sneaky, we're doing it. My name's August. No one's gonna be able to find me. It's like, nah, girl, we know that's you. And everyone's always like, I knew it was you. You know, your voice, your everything. It's like you can't hide that. It's like, yeah. You see, So I was gonna say, like, do you think that anyone else has like came across your videos, or also too, I was gonna mention, you are an AVN winner this year. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
And that was for what? Best independent creator, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I was happy. I was there. I was a little hazy at the fucking award show like we all were, but I saw you, your name come across. I was like, oh, congratulations. So I feel like that also may have like, I feel like that always ups people searching for you and your notability. So since you've made that transition, I know it's only been a short period of time, but do you think that like any of your coworkers or previous coworkers have came up or like messaging like, hey, like, is this you?
I haven't had coworkers, but I get like friends and
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
All the time. like my dad, I called him. I said, "Hey, Dad, like, you haven't heard anything about me lately, have you?" Like, yeah. The motherfucking people at church hit me up talking about I saw you. I'm like,
not the people at church, but everybody's calling themselves out though. That's why they can't say anything because they're calling themselves out. Not the church people.
Church folks, yeah, Baptist. Yeah.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Those are the real church people. Those are like, you're going to service for 3.5 hours on Sunday. Well, you got time to masturbate. You ain't got time to sin.
And so I was in this HBO Max television show for one episode. And yeah, don't blink, you might miss me, and then everyone was hitting me up like, yo, I was you on, it was called Rap Shit. Were you on Rap Shit? I'm like, yeah, that was me, you know what I'm saying? So I was naked in the scene, and so I got a lot of like people hitting me up, seeing if that was me for sure,
Yeah. I remember at the time when I had gotten to the industry, I was in a relationship with this guy, and he was like, so as soon as I did it, I like deleted my Facebook because like, I just didn't want anybody to like message my mom or like message my family, and I was just like, let me just get rid of anything that has any of like my, like my government shit on there, right? And he kept getting messages. He was like, hey, like I remember like guys from like high school were like messaging me. And they were like, hey, are you still like with that one girl that you were with for like a while? Cause I think I like saw her like in a video, and then it's like, dude, like, but like, did you bust the nut before you messaged him that? Like, what were you doing?
Like, did you stop?
Like, did you stop? Or you're like, or no? I mean, I feel like curiosity is gonna get the best of you. Anytime my friends do like anything, I'm like, let me see. Everyone's gonna want to see, right? Like, if it's like, oh, I went to high school with that chick, and it's like, dude, yeah, I've had people from high school hit me up. I've had people from like like, hey, like, is that like, I don't want to be weird. Yeah, that's me sucking a dick. That's me. Shit. And then I feel like there are people like, oh, hey, like, miss you. I even had like girls like reach out to me who are like, I've had just like they've turned out to have just normal 9-to-5 girls. Nothing wrong with that by any means. In my perspective, I think that it's okay to be normal. It's okay to just do normal shit, right? Not everyone has to be wild and out like we are. I think like I've had a couple of girls be like, hey, like I want to do like OnlyFans. I like how you like how do I say, not project myself, but how I carry, like they're like, we like how you carry yourself and how you
like branding.
I'm looking for a certain word, but I can't think of it. But they're just thinking like, oh, we like how you make it where it's more realistic, that it's like something that makes me feel comfortable with the idea that I can do. Like, would you like be able to help me or give me some pointers? And I was like, tell people first and foremost, like, if it's not for you, like it's not for you. Like I might make it look like it might be great or fun, or like like we were talking about earlier, we're both very sexually inept and we love our sexuality, but like, if you have a partner, it might be a little hard. I've had like women who've had like kids and like, I want to feel sexy again. So like, what should I do? It's like, well, do like a little photo shoot or something first, right? Take some nudes at home, and then do like a boudoir shoot. I could put you under some good photographers, but like sometimes like, it's not always good to just like make that big jump. And I'm always being honest with the women in my life. Like sometimes like really just like think about it, and I've also had friends who are like, oh, like we do the POV stuff with me and my husband, and it's great because it's like brought back our sex life. And I think that's great because it's like, oh, we're fulfilling all these weird different fantasies that we've never thought we've had, but like it's great, and I like that. But yeah, shout out to the people in high school in the church who are keeping us keeping those numbers up on the Pornhub.
Exactly.
I'm an X and X video girl myself because they keep it nasty on there.
Oh shit, goddamn.
They do. They keep it nasty on the X. You ever do the X and X? It's all amateur. It's all the X and XX. I think it's like a blue. You would know if you were on there. It's blue. Damn. It's a blue. It's very. They've been around since I probably started masturbating in like middle school. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, I used to watch the VHS tapes.
You know what I really started off on was the I had to go into my dad's room, my parents' room, and he had like the Playboy magazines like all lined up, and I would have to go in and like snatch one real quick and like go figure myself out and then go put it back before they like got home. And then like he started to get like, then I had to find like the hardcore ones because my parents had a waterbed at the time, and then they had like this like custom.
Waterbed?
I know, right? Water, and it was it heated up and cooled down and everything. They were nasty.
Okay.
So I would say that they had like this custom made bed frame that like pulled out to like different compartments, and like going through those compartments found some things.
What?
But I felt like the hardcore like Hustler magazines, and there were some other like unknown like ones that have probably died down now, but they all had like those little DVDs in it, so I had to like run and go get the little DVD and like go put it in real quick. Yeah, I had to be sneaky about it.
Damn, I like that. That's
That's
nice.
a good time, huh?
Yeah.
That's a great time. I was like I said, I was in tune with my sexuality, but getting back on track here, I got time traveled back there. I was like, oh yeah, crazy. It was also during summer break too, right? Because like my parents left me at home for long periods of time, but. Taking it back. So if you had any advice for men who are trying to be more comfortable with their sexuality and take care of themselves, because you take very good care of yourself, and you have to, I don't think a lot of people realize this, is like that is number one when it comes to like performing or just in life, right? Like you physically take care of yourself and mentally, and like you look great. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I am 39.
You're 39?
I turned 40 in August.
When's your birthday?
The 15th.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm a Leo.
Well, I'm a Virgo. Mine's the 26th, August 26th. Wow, you look amazing.
Thank
I was
you,
like, you're probably like 33.
Yeah, I turned 40 this year. Yeah.
See, that's why. See, healthy and good sex drive. I feel like you got to take care of yourself. So what are some tips that you kind of give guys that like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so like hygiene is very important.
Number one. Thank you for
hygiene,
saying that.
You know, making sure that you're smelling good, thoroughly washed, like it, get all the nooks and crannies everywhere. You know? I've been using like aluminum free deodorant for like my private areas as well. Just so, you know, because it's a lot of temperature rising down there, you know. So
it gets moist.
You know, yeah, exactly. So I try to make sure that's always fresh.
Yes.
I take a big focus on like grooming, make sure that, you know, everything's always like cut or trim. I try to hit the gym as much as I can.
Yeah.
I definitely need to do more, but cardio is so important.
Yeah.
Like it's more important than like actually lifting.
Yeah.
In as far as sex, you know, because I don't know, like when you're trying to like really fuck someone like really good, like bam, 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 like your heart will tell you, nah, player, slow it down. You know, sometimes I've been sweating. Like I need to break my heart. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like,
get them heart palpitations going.
Oh my God. Oh. Man. And then as you get older, it's like your back be hurt. Your muscles be, you know, things be popping. So you got to stretch. You know, you definitely have to make sure you stretch and stay agile and flexible. Making sure that you're taking your vitamins, like a good multivitamin, a good diet.
Absolutely.
You know, making sure you getting those pineapples in, pineapple juice, pineapples, you know, makes the semen taste better.
These are all very valid tips because I have had sex with this man multiple times and it all holds true. It all holds true because I think that like for myself, just like for you, I feel like you want to work with people that make you feel good, that you like working with, and like good hygiene, and just like you're like, oh, like I want to come back, basically. You're like, I want to keep coming back, not just like, oh, like I did that. I was fighting for my life the whole way, but like this person's cool, but like, you know, I've recently done a collab with someone. I'm not gonna, I won't ever exploit anybody, but like I was just like, I don't know, like this, like if you like, you don't know how to tell someone like, hey, could you just like shower? You just run your balls through the sink. I don't know, like do something, right? And I just didn't know.
Like, at what point did you think that? Like, were they already naked?
It was like right when I was getting ready to go in for the BJ.
So they pull their pants down and you smell it?
Yeah, it was, and like the cameras were already rolling and it just like wafted. It was just like sweaty balls. It was like, when sweaty balls have that like kind of like I don't know. It just wasn't, and I tried not to like, I don't think I gave the best BJ that day, and that says a lot because I love giving head.
I think I probably know who you talking about, but it's okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We'll compare notes.
I think I pretty much know who you talking about.
Yeah, we'll compare notes. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I don't know, sweetheart, but they're like, oh yeah, like let's do this again. I'm like, oh no,
player.
Yeah, hey, it was great. Champ. Yeah, because I don't know how to like because I feel like people already like it's hard sometimes when you gotta tell people about like hygiene. So I'm glad you made that important. It's easy when it comes from a man. It's better when it comes from a man because I feel like when it comes from a woman, people are like, oh, you're just being like picky. And no, I think when it comes from a man saying, hey, like this is what women want and this is what they enjoy, then please take this advice.
It's so, hygiene is so important.
It is.
Like, if you have to go to the bathroom, make sure you shower.
Please.
That's it. If you gotta go to the bathroom, shower.
Please. I've had horror stories, but both ends. Like I've had some, like I've been with girls as well too. I'm like, okay, girl, you put in some work. You put in some work this week. Then it's time to put in some boric acid tablets or something. Yeah. You got to be on top of it.
I think that pH, baby.
Yeah, balance that pH. Yeah, like it's like sometimes you're just like, look, girl, I get it. It's tired. She's tired. She needs to rest for a couple of days.
Gotta breathe.
So hygiene is always number one. Yeah. So if anybody wants to follow you and see some of this AVN worthy content, which guys, like that's amazing because you've been in the industry for what,
2.5 years?
Yeah. So you've got 2 years in the industry. So for you to get this AVN in 2 years, which is fucking amazing. There's been people in the industry for 20 plus years who haven't even gotten close to getting an AVN. So congrats on that.
This is my second one.
This is your second one. What was the first one for?
I got one for best foursome orgy scene.
And I wasn't in it.
Yeah, it was a black draw.
Oh.
And that's
what wasn't it. Everything was black but the girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why you need to come over to Legendary X. My site.
Yeah. Okay.
Where we do want to have all the beautiful Nubian queens and sisters on our site. We don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? As long as you pretty, you good to go.
See, we love that. We love that. We should merge. We should join forces.
We got to.
Let's join forces and do a website together.
I would like that.
It'd be hot. It'd be hot. So if everybody wants to check you out, where can they find you? Drop those sites.
Yeah, so I am on Instagram at JohnLegendary_. On Twitter, Mr. Legendary XXX. OnlyFans, John Legendary. My official website is legendaryx.com. And you can search John Legendary on Pornhub as well. And
you guys won't be disappointed. Mm-hmm. So do you have any last words for fans out there, for people who've just discovered you, for male and female? Because I've noticed that there's been an uprise in female porn fans, and I love that. Yes. And I noticed that at AVN. I was actually signing at the Naughty America booth, and I cannot for the life of me remember the male performer's name, but he had a lot of women that came to come see him. And I feel like it's kind of similar to you, to where like I feel like, you make that porn that make women feel good, right? It's like, like it's very real, it's very safe, it feels really good. Cause sometimes you don't always want to watch like hardcore shit. You don't want to watch like crazy shit. You want to feel like a man really cares about the woman. So what would you have to say to people?
Yeah, so I'm very like female centric, and as well as couples. I make porn, art, interchangeably, for women and couples to watch on their date night or their me time,
right? And
really enjoy the aesthetics, the passion, the authenticity, the realness.
Yes,
of what it's nothing fake. It's real. Like of course we're performers, but I love the raw essence of just being sex, like just passionate people. So that's kind of my lane, and that's what I gravitate towards. So yeah, I want to go back to my roots. You know, my roots is, you know, being in the hot wife lifestyle. So I want to bring more of that lifestyle into my work. You know, because my work is essentially just me with a lot of porn stars.
Right.
But now I want to go back to my roots and try to create some of that good art with hot wives and things of that nature.
You need to join like the hot wife tour. I don't know what they call. I guess you'd be a DILF dad. Well, you're not a dad.
I'm a bull.
You're a bull. Okay. I was trying to like find the word for it. I didn't know what you would call it.
Yeah, they've invited me and stuff like that a few times. Yeah, I know all of them. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually met Holly Hot Wife in Jamaica. Yeah.
Holly's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for being on the show. This has been absolutely amazing. And we actually have a new scene dropping here very soon. Yes. We just filmed some hot shit for you guys. It was fucking hot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was hot. We're going to do it again for you guys.
Yes. Like soon. What you doing tonight? I'm just joking.
I know. Let's just do it now, right?
Like right here.
Well, until next time, guys, stay hustling, my little bunnies. If you guys want to stay in touch with John Legendary, we will have all of his sites and everything linked at the bottom of this. Until then, we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
This podcast is powered by The Plug.